Welcome to everybody that's joined so far. We're just waiting for the rest of the attendees to join. We've got over 350 people signed up for this webinar this morning. So we're just going to give it, say, another 30 seconds and then we can kick off. Good morning and a very warm welcome to everyone joining us for the first of the 5 Women in Cricket webinars in partnership with HobbyX. What a way to kick off the Women's Day celebration weekend. My name is Annelie Reynolds and I'm the show director for HobbyX. Touching on the HobbyX event, the festive edition is planned to take place from the 4th to the 7th of November at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit and International Convention Centre. If you want to exhibit at this event, we still have limited space available for stand bookings, and you can just pop your details in the chat box and we'll get back to you. Now the reason why you've joined us this morning. The first of the 5 creative and inspiring webinars brought to you by Cricut to celebrate Women's Month. These webinars feature inspirational women using the Cricut product to nurture their creativity and build a business from their creations. Whether you find yourself in the corporate world with limited time to explore your creative side, you aspire to start a side hustle for extra income, or you just have a creative soul in general, Cricut has the solution to inspire you. These webinars will showcase how the Cricut equipment helps thousands of people across the world to live a creative life with their hands, their minds, and most importantly, with their hearts. The team from Cricut also have some tricks up their sleeves. Now, who doesn't love a giveaway? Stay tuned to find out more. Your host for this webinar is Martin Creer. Martin is the head of Cricut in the Middle East, Turkey, Africa, and Russia. He told me the other day he has so much fun in his role at Cricut, and I have to quote him. I'm having the best time I've ever had in my professional career. The aim of Cricut is to help people lead creative lives. Watch this space, everyone. This is just the start. Now, Martin, your job sounds amazing, and I think it is time for me to hand on over to you to kick off this creatively inspiring session.
Hello and welcome everybody. So my name is Martin and I head up the Middle East, Turkey, Africa and Russia region for Cricut. It really excites me today to see all of our members joining from across the globe to what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be inspiring all leading up to Women's Day. I really want to welcome all of our members. Thank you for joining. It's a pleasure to have you all with us. So I'm super excited to be the host as well as kickstart an exciting webinar series called Celebrating Women in Cricket in partnership with HobbyX, where it's all leading up to the celebration of women and Women's Day in South Africa on the 9th of August. So with that, I want to turn it to the lady of the hour. It's somebody that I've met. It's probably the strongest woman that I've met. She's a mom. She's a business owner, she's an influencer, an engineer, and that's just a couple of the superpowers that she has. I want to welcome you all to Natasha. Natasha, welcome.
Thank you, Martin. It's such an opportunity. And I'm so excited to be here today and to actually share what I love and my passion. So thank you for the opportunity, Martin.
Welcome. So Natasha, before we start, I do wanted to thank you and welcome you with a Women's Day celebration.
Oh, the gift comes before the work. This is a good kind of collaboration.
And we made you a mug on the Cricut mug presser.
Guys, it's got my branding. I'm all about branding. So thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Only a pleasure.
Now you're going to
Natasha.
put me to work. So can I just
am.
pass that back to you?
So let me put that down.
Thank you.
And while you're busy with getting set up, can you maybe tell us, Natasha, what you'll be doing today? What is all of this, and what are you making today?
Well, I've been scrapbooking for more than 17 years. It started out as a passion. It started out as something that I wanted to record for my kids. So that's where it really started, and I knew nothing about it. And then I started there, and hundreds and thousands of pages later, scrapbooking is definitely my thing. And I'm so excited that I get to do that with Cricut, because it just takes my scrapbooking to the next level. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to do a layered project, basically showing off one of my favorite photos. It's really one of the photos that talks about power and who I am, and being a fearless female, which I hope to encourage you to do by the end of the session. So I'm going to get sorted over here, Martin.
That is awesome. Thank you, Natasha. I do actually remember when we met 6 months ago, you were pulling out all of these scrapbooks, and you actually went down your own memory lane in that webinar or WebEx call that we did that back then. So while Natasha is busy with that, I wanted to ask the audience, we want you guys to be part of this, be engaging, be interactive. So I'll be asking you from time to time, jump onto the chat and maybe answer some questions. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. So I'm going to ask you guys out there, what is your superpower as a woman? We know you have many and we want to celebrate it. So jump onto that chat. Let us know what is your best superpower out there. We'll also be having a Q&A towards the end of the show today. So hold your questions off for then. We'll set up a Q&A session and we'll answer all of your questions. We will also be giving away some exciting prizes. So watch carefully what Natasha does, because we'll be asking a question towards the end of the show, which will then be translated into a prize to the first answer that we get. So with that, let's get started. So Natasha, everybody wants to know, I think we've kind of seen a lot about you, but we want to know the real and raw Natasha. Who are you? Where did your journey start? Where is it now? And where do you aspire to go to?
Oh, I hope you have a lot of time, guys. At the end of the day, look, I'm a woman like any one of you out there, and I have been dealt a tough road and a journey to getting to this point, but I'm someone who believes that can't be your excuse. The obstacles will keep coming irrespective of who you are and irrespective of your opportunities. Guys, just so you can see, like, I'm not doing the work, the machine's doing the work, and I'm chatting to you. So I'm a single mom. I have 2 boys, hope they're watching, who are very much part of the brand, a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old. And, our approach to life is really giving of ourselves. So by day, I'm an aviator, I'm an airworthiness inspector, and I'm an aircraft accident investigator. And then I am a blogger, influencer, and someone who just wants to help others. And that's pretty much 24/7.
Wow.
That's who I am in summary.
In summary,
I
think just pulling out of that, being a mom is a full-time job. I mean, I'm pretty amazed when I just look at your biography and everything like that. Natasha, you are truly inspiring. There's a question that people always ask, can I pick your brain? How do you respond to that when it's asked to you?
Guys, the thing is, I believe that knowledge is power. And I believe that in sharing that, it takes nothing away from me. So I get this question all the time. I am happy to transfer knowledge. And for me, it shouldn't be something that I am paid to do. I know a lot of people will say, well, if you want the information, you got to pay me. I'm not that person. Transfer of knowledge helps me grow as a person, and I want to celebrate women and children especially. I want to see them prosper. I am someone that will celebrate when you win, and I think all women need to actually do that, to be happy for someone else even when you are not winning. So guys, just an important thing when you're removing your cardstock from your mat is to actually do it this way and not pull it off. It just comes off a lot easier, and then you're going to prevent tearing your cardstock. I was a little bit forward and I decided to cut quite a few of these at home so I don't waste your time, because I would rather chat to you. And as you can see, look at the detail. So pretty amazing that the Cricut maker and the other machines can actually do this. And like you saw, no effort. I used a design from Design Space, which actually you can choose to have the membership or you get it free. There's the two options. And this is a design, and you can actually, customize it to your liking. This particular design came with cardboard flowers, but not my vibe. So we're going to put real flowers on the final design. And because this is so easy, I'm actually like doing the weeding by hand.
So easy. Well, I think I've learned something. I didn't know that you need to pull it off. Now I know why all my stuff keeps tearing. And something that you mentioned early on in terms of that question, can I pick your brain? I can definitely vouch for Natasha there. This whole industry is very new for me. The influencer world and ambassador world has also been very new for me. And Natasha has been kind of a leaning pillar for me in helping me and guiding me through that as well. Just out of a generosity of her own heart. She's reached out to me a couple of times and supported me where we've needed it. So thank you, Natasha.
No problem, Martin.
Natasha, have you always been creative? Where did your creative journey start? Where is it now? And what do you aspire it to be one day?
You know what? I think I have always been creative. I've actually going to credit my grandmother for it. She played a very big role in my interests as a young girl. And for her, it was about being well-rounded. So I did everything from sport to art to, gosh, I acted in a lot of concerts, not my thing. It actually made me want to like sick being on stage. And it's weird that I enjoy this now. Yeah. So, it did pay off along the way. So I actually did art in school. Wow. And technical drawing. I was one of those girls. I'm just putting ribbon on here, guys. That's the thing with scrapbooking. You need to layer as you work. So at the end of the day, I did everything. I played rugby, soccer, cricket, netball. And when I finished school, I went to the military. I was 19, left home with 100 rand, a suitcase. And
I think we're going to need a lot more than an hour for this, because it's so inspiring and interesting to listen to your stories, Natasha. So maybe we turn to the audience now at the same question. A lot of you have been in creativity, or a lot of you are just starting right now. So we want to hear from you guys. Where's your creativity journey started? Where are you today, or where do you want to be in the future? So please jump onto the chat and let us know about that. Now, I think this is probably everybody's question right now, Natasha. You do so much. And I mentioned earlier on, being a mom is a full-time job as an example. So how do you just juggle everything? Being a mom, being a professional businesswoman, an influencer, and then have time for crafting. How do you juggle it all?
I think it's about priorities, guys. For me, it's really about understanding your priorities and where you waste your time. I joke about TikTok, I love it. But when you get on there, you're going to watch 2 videos and 3 hours later, you're still in that watching another TikTok, right? So when people say, I don't have time, I think you need to stop and reassess. We all have time. 24 hours is a lot of time, but put in sleep and eating and things like that. But I think you just need to prioritize. So for me, do I want to sit and watch TV for 5 hours, or do I want to use that as my self-care time to craft? Because that's important for me. That's super important. So for me, it is prioritizing, and self-care is at the top of that. Before my kids, before my job, before everything, it's self-care. So I know when it's overwhelming, I need to step back. And I've done that recently. And I've said to my followers, I'm like, guys, I need this for me. And you should never be apologetic about taking time for you and investing in you, because you can't pour from an empty cup, right? My nice cup. Could do the coffee, but yeah.
I think that's an important message then, Natasha. I think a lot of women out there today don't know when that balance is, or to put themselves in front. I look at my wife or my mom or ladies that I know in my life, they always put everybody else in front of themselves, and it gets difficult and tough out there. So it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, that, and I guess that's hard. So maybe the question is, how do you do that? How do you put yourself in front?
Give me a second, Martin. I'm just gonna, there we go. So the main thing is to be selfish. I think women are not selfish. We just give and we give and we give. And actually, I go, bye guys, on a Saturday, once a month. I go, bye. And I leave the house at 8 o'clock and I take myself on a date. I do. Okay. I literally go to my favorite restaurant. It's expensive, but I'm worth it. Because if normally you go to buy underwear for yourself as a mom, right? Which is a functional thing and you need it. What do you come back with? Stuff for your kids. Oh, now look, guys, I want to actually show you. I've been chatting to you, and this is what happens. I pull the paper because I haven't concentrated. But that's the nice thing about the Cricut Maker. I could stop it immediately. And it is a process of learning. It's trial and error. So don't get frustrated. It's playing, really. So that's why you have
part of the game.
Extras. And we can just do that there. And this time, what you should actually use is a brayer, because that's a nice way to make sure it sticks to your mat as well. And there's no air bubbles as well. Let's try that again.
Round two.
Round two. Guys, it's simple as that. The Maker is that fabulous, as long as all the other machines that are up there. And I got you, and I was so jealous because I don't have half of them. But the good news is they're coming into the country soon.
They are indeed. There's lots of new machines that we'll be launching towards the end of this year in South Africa, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So be selfish, ladies. I think that's an important message from Natasha. It's hard to do, but I think you guys need to be selfish, build yourself up, because if you're a strong person, you're comfortable, you can give back to others then again. So I guess then it makes me to the next question, Natasha. What motivates you, and what is your biggest fears, and how do you handle fears in life?
What motivates me? I think my appreciation for life. I had a very tough childhood. I lost a lot. I really did lose a lot along the way. And I think after I got divorced the first time, I went for therapy. And one of the tasks I had to do was journaling. And I started journaling. Oops, let's go to the right side there. And it was hard to be grateful for life. So even on a bad day when you go, this is an awesome opportunity. I had a nice cup of coffee. The sun came out, which are things that are sort of like we take for granted. A stranger smiled at me. You do it the first week, it's pretty easy to come up with 5 things, right? But when you're doing it for months, it starts getting hard, because what are the first things you say? I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my husband. I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for all those things. And you forget the important small stuff. So I have a huge appreciation for life. It motivates me. I always say I'm grateful for the good, the bad, the ugly, because I'm a firm believer that the bad is what truly defines us. Everyone can do good, right? Look at your friends, look at people in your life. They're pretty much there for the good, right? Times get tough, everyone's like gone. And that's the reality. It is the reality. And you can't really be upset with people. It's not their problem. It's not their sort of nightmare. So that's the thing. So yeah.
Okay. And what about your fears? Is there anything, are you fearless of anything? I don't think so, but
I'm terrified of snakes.
And cuties, by the way. Apparently the Cricut cutie scares.
Here's this thing. I know everyone loves it. Apologies, Cricut family. This thing freaks me out. So we're gonna make it look at you rather, and not at me, because it like stresses me out. But I'm afraid of snakes and heights. So that's like a physical thing. Otherwise, no.
Yeah.
You know what it is? And people look at me and there's this assumption. We judge people when we see them, right? We go, oh gosh, she's got a mouth like a sailor. She's covered in tattoos. I've got 16 guys, or 17, I lost track. So people assume I don't have faith. People are very much of the assumption, she cannot be God-fearing. She doesn't pray, that is the assumption. But I am steeped in my faith. And I'm a firm believer that God's plan is the overall thing for me. So I let go.
Awesome.
So it is about letting go and letting nature take its course.
So you aren't fearless. I was right. Okay, so then maybe I can turn back. So another question before we go to the audience again is crafting. We've seen people get frustrated, or people are happy and exciting. What does crafting do for your mental well-being? Does it frustrate you, or does it add to your stress, or does it relax you?
Do you know what they say? They say that crafting is cheaper than therapy. Guys, gonna make that t-shirt and use the press, and wear that all the time because that is the truth. So it's my happy place. It really is something that I'm lining it up here, guys. So I'm lining up the layers. And basically for me, it's my time to just be selfish, invest in myself, and I can just switch off. I'm an overthinker. So I'm like, the next idea, what do I want to do next? What do I want to invest in next? Guys, I would be taping this a lot better than I'm doing now. So for the scrapbookers, the professional people, don't judge.
You're doing a great job. Don't
So
worry.
yeah, so at the end of the day, you know, that's important for me, is just to take the time and craft. And I mean, using your hands is really something that is, what's the right word? It's healing in a way, because you're getting your hands dirty. You're forcing your mind to switch off.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So even when I do what I did just now and mess things up, it's not a train smash, because you can reuse all that paper. Don't kill trees, guys. You just reuse your paper, so don't throw it away. You know, you use every bit of that paper. So it's just the fact that you get to create something unique. So you and I could create the same thing, right? We have the same kit and we create it, but there's just that special touch at the end of the day that makes it unique and special to you. And I think, like with your wife that's pregnant, yeah, they have another kitty on the way.
Yeah.
You know, you want to create memories, lasting memories. My kids, and I hope you're watching, I'm going to say it again, because I threatened them. I'm like, guys, you can watch your mom. My eldest is 17, younger one is 13. Every now and again, they pull out my scrapbooks. Martin just said, did you bring all your scrapbooks? I'm like, no, Martin, there's like hundreds of them. But my kids actually bring it out and they appreciate it. And you wouldn't think teenagers would appreciate scrapbooking, right? Scrapbooking has that, it's only old Afrikaans tannies that do it. And that's what I get all the time. They're like, we don't know young people scrapbook. I'm like, firstly, I'm not young, but it was my favorite thing to do in Cape Town, was go scrapbook with the ladies.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
I think
yeah.
I think it rings a lot of bells if I listen to that. Cricket is not just for, you know, I used to, before I met cricket or even got introduced to cricket, which was late last year, I used to think I was not creative. I don't have a creative bone. I can't even draw a little stick man. But with cricket, it does everything for you. I have an idea how to make a shirt. My wife and I made this shirt last night. Yes, I need my wife to do it because I still struggle with all of the little final details. So, I mean, anybody can be creative with cricket, right?
Absolutely, anyone. And you know what? Like, my boys are starting to use it. They love the iron-on. We've got like that one there, the little one. They love it because now they can make their own branded stuff. So Skylar's a gamer, and I made this one that said Optics Gamer. And they're like, Mom's the coolest. Guys, when your teenagers think you're cool, you're winning.
You're winning.
So yeah, that is a big thing.
You're absolutely winning.
Yeah.
And I do think, I mean, I wanted to ask you another question on the same topic.
Go for it.
A lot of people, there's a debate about reading. So
Yeah.
is it therapeutical for you or is it challenging? And what is reading for people that might not know?
I'm hanging my head in shame. And here's why. I can't read. It was not something a skill that I learned and that was engaged. I cannot read. I ended up getting my diploma in electrical engineering. I'm an aircraft accident investigator without reading. I really struggle.
Wow.
So it is tough, but it's something that I encourage with my kids. And my son, he spends all his pocket money on books. And I think last year he bought 56 books.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
so for me, it's really encouraging them to. So as you can see, there you go, guys. It's that simple. So you keep these, and these are great for cut like frames on your photos as well. I wanted to show them something, Martin.
Go for it.
So
what are we looking at?
I'm changing up, and this is tissue paper. And this one over here, I think it's like a called flocked sort of paper. It's so pretty. We don't have the match here at the moment, but there's a pink mat that Cricut has, which is for fabric. And you can use the rotary blade. So you just stick your material or your fabric onto there, and you can actually cut that out. And how pretty is that for a border? So I just want to show you the versatility in terms of what it can cut. And I think it's like 300 plus types of material, guys. So your options are endless.
Definitely. It's up to about 300 materials with the maker, or heavy chipboards. It can engrave, it can cut leather, cork. The list just really goes on and on in terms of what you can do with it. I want to ask the audience, everybody has a special story, especially when it comes to cricket and crafting. How has cricket and crafting affected your mental well-being? Has it aided to it? We find a lot of stories where it's supporting and it's actually helping people, especially in difficult times like the pandemic. We've been brought into 4 different walls and you can't go anywhere. And people have found that crafting was an escape. It helped with their mental well-being. So we want to hear from the audience. Let us know in the chats. How does crafting help your mental well-being? Natasha, the next one is, and again, this probably goes back to the same kind of question in terms of juggling, but when we listen to your story, I'm still amazed. I still can't understand. You've done everything. You've even been in the military. You've played rugby. You're a professional businesswoman.
A world traveler.
A world traveler, a professional scrapbooker. And
I don't know if it's professional is the right word, guys.
Well, versus me, it's definitely professional. I want to know, what is your secrets to success? How did you persevere the challenges and the tough times that was thrown in your life? Because I'm sure you didn't just get there by the snap of your fingers,
No.
right? You've worked your ass off. So can you tell us a bit more about your secrets to success?
I don't think it's a secret. It's perseverance and actually blocking out the noise. I did a little video on for Cricket Mia the other day, so go watch that. But I actually said that you need to block out the noise. People will constantly tell you can't. I've been told you will never succeed. You won't be a good mom. You won't. Like, I've heard so much negative comments about how I won't amount to anything. And I was just resilient. And I'm not afraid of hard work, guys. That's the thing. So if you want to be successful and think that it's going to be done for you, it's going to be handed to you, no, it's not going to be. You've got to just keep pushing. And when you fail, don't see it as a failure. Maybe see it as, you know what, it's a stepping stone. There's always lessons that we can learn, you know. I'm actually making progress, guys. So yeah, I think there's lessons that you can learn. There's so much that you can actually do for yourself, but you got to show up for yourself. Why do you expect anyone else to do it for you? It's not their dream, right? So say we were married, we're not. Say we're married. Your dream is different to mine. Yes, we'll have a joint dream, we'll have joint goals, but at the end of the day, you'll never understand my passion to want to do what I want to do. I've got to be the driving force behind that. So, and then there's one more thing I wanted to say, like, I think women, we all say women support women, right? But the question and the challenge I have for you is to actually sit back and ask yourself, do you really support other women? Do you support them when it's okay? Or do you support them when they're thriving? Because I think that's the difference, right? It's hard. I think it's the nature of women. And it's just not to be so hard on yourself and not to focus on someone else's success. Their journey is different. Someone might have had an easier journey getting to the same point. And I go, oh, that was easy. Like, why is it so easy for them? It has no bearing. Their journey takes nothing away from me. It also adds no value to me. So I am all about take all my energy and put it here. So you'll find I'm not into clicks. I don't do clicks. My family is my focus. I will try my best to be civil and nice to everyone. It's up to you if you want to mess that up. That relationship up with me, I'll treat you, you'll get my respect. But I think we need to stop being so competitive with each other because it doesn't add value. It really, really doesn't add value. Those of you that follow me hear this all the time. So I'm just saying it again for you, you know, find your own direction and push. Don't stop pushing.
I love that. I think there's a saying going, the race is long, but in the end, it's just with yourself. Right?
Yes,
Don't
exactly.
focus on everybody else. And it's the small things.
Yeah.
And supporting each other is very important. One of our other ambassadors in one of our videos said, let's throw kindness around like confetti. And I think that's kind of what you relate to, right?
Yes.
Let's be kind and supporting of each other. So crafting, you know, in all its ins and outs, would you recommend it or inspire many people out there to do it as well or get into it?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. And I mean, crafting is not just scrapbooking, right? There's so many different things. So if you wanted to, you know, there's like such a long list of things. Everyone will find their niche and their thing that makes them happy and that sort of brings joy. sparks joy, guys. So yeah, it really does. But you just, why not do it for yourself? It takes nothing away from you, but you really need to say, you know, a lot of crafting can be used in your home, which you're going to pay good money for, right? So you do pay good money, you're paying someone else when you could technically make your own mug. You know, Cutie, my dog, I'm using him. You know, you could take a lot of these things and make like the flowers over here. And there's such an appreciation when you do it yourself. There really is that I made that level of satisfaction. Like when Martin walked in, he's like, did you see my shirt my husband, my wife and I made? And he was excited about it because it's something you created, right? It's unique. No one else has it, but I might place an order, you know? So that's the nice thing with crafting. You can do a lot for yourself. But if you want to turn that hobby into something more, then that's also an opportunity.
It is an opportunity. I think it was quite funny when you mentioned me coming with the shirts. When I just started at Cricut, I literally made a different shirts every day. And everybody within Cricut, when we had our internal calls, could see, hey, Martin, you got a new Cricut shirt. That's very awesome. So I kind of made a shirt every single day. And I love it. I enjoy doing it, even myself.
Now, so, Martin's got a wardrobe full of Cricut shirts.
I do. I literally do. So, Natasha, you mentioned a very interesting point towards the end of your last comment. A third of Cricut's members globally take their passion and turn it into profit by creating a small business or a side hustle. And you know, how do we do that? How do you do that, sir? How do we inspire more people to take control of that and bring that into their lives? I think it's very important today, especially when you look at what devastation the pandemic has brought forward. It's contributed to unemployment and things like that. So we really need people to step up, and they can understand that they can do something with this. They can earn an extra income or a passive income from a Cricut machine, as an example. Can you maybe relate more on that, or tell us a bit more into that?
You know what? Like, I think we're all scared to start. That's the big thing. We all go like, what if it's going to fail? But how do you know if it's going to fail if you haven't really tried? I think that's the big thing. You got to try. And you've got nothing to lose by trying. I'm not saying quit your day job. This is not the time to quit your day job. And you should actually start a side hustle while you have the comfort and security of a salary. Just remember, I was saying, guys, you know, I take leave to be here because I value my job and I like what I do. So you need to separate the two and give the respect to your job and your side hustle. That's important. You know, you can't be stealing hours from work to do your hustle. That's just not ethically right. And then, you know, use these machines. Like, guys, the joy is my favorite, maybe because it's less intimidating for me. But just with that, you know, you can do so much. So you can still do iron-ons on your shirts. You can still do your cups. You can do so much with it. So even if it means starting small and figuring out, because it's not going to cost you that much, you know what I mean? And figuring out and start in stages. It's doable, right?
It is doable. And I think that probably leads into my next question in terms of starting in stages. We get the question often, what do I need to start my Cricut business? Do I need to buy all the machines and everything there is? You know, what do we need? Or how would you approach it if you want to get into this, Natasha?
What you actually need, Martin, is obviously you need a machine, right? And then you need tools. You need basic tools. And I have to tell you, this pair of scissors is life. It's absolute gold. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the Cricut scissors, but I've got hundreds of scissors and that's pretty cool. But like, I think it's back here. There's a basic set there. You know, you need basic tools, guys. So that's 2 items. And then you need to decide if you want to do vinyl, if you want to just do card making, like the Joy has a card sleeve, right? Is that the right terminology? Yes. And you can just pop it in, it makes a card while you're getting dressed to go to the birthday party where you forgot to buy a card and a gift. Now they get a personalized card. So you can do that. You know what I mean? So it's not that much that you need. And then slowly grow your business, guys. You don't want to get 10 machines, all the vinyl, and realize I don't like iron. So you know what I mean? Like I was saying, I love iron. You know, other people might like doing scrapbooking. Other people might like, oh, you know what, the press, the muggy, like that one. They were like, everyone's waiting for this to come into the country. So everyone would go, I want to do mugs. I just want to do mugs. So find one little niche, start with that, and I think go forward with it.
I think that is the biggest advice that I've seen from many of our successful businesswomen in cricket is find your niche. Find something that you can do, that you fall in love with. You can go try everything and then pick one and master that and then start building your business from that. That's probably the best advice that I've seen from other people in the industry as well. I
Yeah.
want to maybe now turn to the audience and kind of, I know a lot of our members out there do use Cricut and craft for a business. Let us know what your business is. How did you turn your passion into profits? Jump onto the chat. We'd love to see what you guys are doing there. And then, Natasha, this is actually my last question for today. And then we'll go into a live Q&A and the very exciting part, which is the prize.
I
We'll
didn't
get
tell you about that earlier, guys. There's a
didn't we?
prize.
There is a prize. So hopefully you guys have watched Natasha very carefully in what she's done. And the question will be based on what she has done. So, but before we do all of that, I have another question for Natasha. And this is, I would say, probably the ultimate one for me in life as well. We all have a pillar of strength or somebody that we lean in or our rock or our motivator. In my life, it's my wife. That's plain and simple. She stands behind me in everything I do, and she motivates me to the next level. Natasha, who is your biggest supporter in your life?
Oh, that's an easy question. Super easy. For me, it's my kids and Clifford. These guys have to go to events where there's just women. And they carry all my stuff and they unpack and they pack and then they get home and it's just like crafting stuff all over. But they really just put up with a lot, taking teenagers and saying, okay, today you have to do a photo shoot. Today you're gonna have to smile. And teenagers aren't happy all the time, let's be honest, right? They have tough days and it's not a nice place. And then they're like, and afterwards they're like, so my kids and Clever, they're like pretty amazing. They do everything, for me in terms of it. They understand that it takes time away from them, which is huge because it does take time away from them, but I do give back. And then I would say my friends. So I have a very small circle, guys, very small. For me, it's quality over quantity. I'm using this piece. So it's actually smart vinyl. So you don't need a mat, guys. And did you see how quick that was? So yeah, so it would be my kids, Clifford, and then my friends, and a little bit of advice. And friends to support your business, whatever it is, you're wrong. Your support generally comes from the places you least expect. Everyone goes, I'm so upset. My family doesn't support me. It's not their job to do it. And if they don't, yeah, it hurts a little bit. Water off a duck's back and understand you are running a business. It doesn't have to be for your family. There is a niche, there is a clientele, focus on that. So that's like very important because I get a lot of people saying, my family doesn't support what I do. My friends don't support it. It's just life, guys. It really is, but you're not doing it for anyone else but yourself.
That's very true. Okay, I have no more questions. Natasha, have you got any questions for me maybe?
For you, Martin, I'm so curious. How did you get involved in this?
So I used to work for a company called Seagate, and one of our previous SVPs joined Cricut quite a couple of years ago, and I followed the company, and a role came available in the Middle East region, which was the similar region that I managed at Seagate, and I was intrigued by the product from day one. When I was much younger, we dabbled in silk screen printing businesses, and I kind of related with that in terms of the iron-on. So I immediately fell in love with the products in terms of what it could do. I didn't know it was about scrapbooking and all of this that we're doing right now.
There's the disclaimer.
I had no idea where this was going to go, but it's been 6 months and it's been the most amazing journey that I've ever had.
No, like he's so nice about it. He's always so enthusiastic. So it's nice to have someone that backs the brand, lives the brand. And if like someone has entrepreneurship, they need to back their own brand. They need to live the brand. I got the brief from Joel and it said, wear black. You can't wear black and I die. And I died on the inside. I'm like, those are my brand colors, guys, and I love my brand. My kids' faces and my faces are in my logo. If you don't live your brand, I don't know what you're doing, because where is your passion filtering through? So as you can see, we can just unload there, and that's it. So
what did you cut there?
So I've got fearlessly authentic. It's something that I live by. And I encourage you to be fearlessly authentic, to always be true to yourself. So if you're on social media and you are wanting to go that whole blogger influencer life, if you are not authentic, then people lose interest in the story, because they, believe it or not, followers know when you're lying. They know, because you can't sustain a lie, can you?
No.
You can't sustain it, because you'll get caught out. I'm a vegan, for instance, and then next week you see me eating a burger somewhere. So, just there's no reason to be anything but yourself, because at the end of the day, ladies, you are enough. So I'm busy doing some, look at that. So now, there you go. So it says fearlessly authentic. And what's nice is I used permanent vinyl, which you can put on a mug, or whatever, but you can also put it onto ribbon, and you can also put it onto cardstock. You can put it onto your mirror. I actually want to do one for the boys that says progress, not perfection, and put it up on the top of their mirror. I just need to make time this weekend, because I believe in, like, you need to find things that motivate you daily. So as women, we very rarely, sometimes we're hard on ourselves. We forget to be beautiful. So I've got a tattoo that says beautiful. And that is my reminder that even on my ugly, bad days, I'm still all that and more. And I think that level of arrogance is okay. You're allowed to say, I'm a badass. Am I allowed to say that?
You just did.
Yes, I just did. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to be the force. And, you can do all of that. No one's going to stop you.
No.
People might not like it. Your confidence might make people want to cry, but yeah, that might be a challenge. So I wanted to show you something, Martin. I've got a layout that's almost done. So we talked about the tissue paper and this pretty one over here that you could cut on the fabric mat. Look at the detail on here. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can cut this on the maker as well. So I've got quite a few frames. There we go. There's Martin behind my frame. The other thing with crafting, you spend a lot of money on things like, like embellishments, like these little flowers. You spend a lot of money on sticker sheets because you want the perfect word, right? Or the perfect color to match, and you don't always find it. Now you can literally do everything. I'm throwing flowers here at Martin. Make all of this on the maker or the joy or the explore. So your options are definitely endless. So before I show you the end product, maybe we should put Martin to work, guys.
Let's do that. I'm also just jumping onto the live chat so long,
so we can
that
see.
Once we can get to the Q&A and the competition, that I can see it in front of me.
Okay, I will leave Martin to find so we can chat to you guys and we can answer your questions. So I'm just using some glue dots. These are amazing.
What are those? Glue dots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and what I've done, that little decal that I cut on the joy, I've actually put it onto the ribbon. So I just rubbed it onto the ribbon. Now you can customize your ribbon without spending a fortune, and you can spend more money on your vinyl because you always need supplies, right? So my son said to me, he's like, Mom, you need to learn design. I'm like, why? He's like, then you'll learn how to position things. I was like, wow, okay, thank you. Teenagers know everything.
They do. Well, we still need to learn, right? Well, I remember as a teenager, I did know everything. Well, I thought I did.
Me too, because we are cool like that.
We thought we were. Okay, I'm ready on the Q&A ends.
Go for it.
Should we do Q&A? I think we can jump onto the Q&A
Yep.
while are you just finishing up?
Yeah,
first?
I'm finishing. You don't have to worry about me. You can carry on the answer.
Okay, I am on the Q&A, so we're going to ask the attendees to jump onto the Q&A. If you have any questions for either myself or for Natasha, Cricut or influencer or anything like that, shoot away on the questions.
Was there anything on the chat that we needed to answer? Nothing?
I don't see anything on the chat. Does Cricut have an online essay store for things like blanks and paper, etc.? So no, we don't have an online store in South Africa. We utilize our partners. We're just growing. So we started off with 60 SKUs. We will now be launching in August 160 SKUs, and the range will just keep on increasing, but you'll find it for your local partners. that we publish online as well. There's many authorized resellers in the country. Can the Cricut Joy also cut HTV? What is HTV and can it?
Yes, it can. Heat transfer vinyl, and it can. So just like how I cut the vinyl over there, and then you just use the mat. So it does have two mats, which is the card mat and then the normal mat that you get with it.
Awesome. What's the best basic kit to start with?
Basic kit is deciding on the machine. So you need to decide what you want to do with the machine, chat to the ambassadors, chat to Martin, get advice, find the right machine. And that would be your starting point, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the next question is almost similar. I want to buy a Cricut. Which one would you suggest? It really depends on what you want to do. If you want to just cut basic vinyl and iron on and in small little projects, I would suggest a little Joy. But if you're going to be doing more intense projects, you want to cut balsa wood as an example, or level or engrave, then you'll definitely go for the cream of the crop, which is the Cricut Maker.
And especially if you want to get into engraving and things like that, then this, which I call the granddaddy of maker of the Cricut family on my review, this is the one to get.
Where do you publish your partner names, etc.? What is the best social media to keep in touch with Cricut South Africa? The very, very best place that we always recommend is a Facebook group called Cricut Family South Africa. There's a ton of inspiration on there, engagements. We do live training, beginner, intermediate, and pro classes on there, hosted by our ambassadors like Natasha and many others. We also list our stockists on there as well. You're welcome to come and share your projects. What's very cool and fun for our members is there's weekly challenges. Like we would post a weekly challenge saying, okay, this week, show us your iron-on shirts or whatever you've done, and you could win a certain prize. So there's weekly, monthly challenges. There's lots of inspiration. It's your source of help for anybody that's getting into Cricut or just starting or even a pro, because people love sharing their things.
And make sure like to follow me on Fit Like Mommy.
Absolutely.
So yes, all the ambassadors have social media accounts. Go find them, follow them, support them, guys. Some of them, I'm like a newbie and like a beginner. Some of them are absolutely like professional, amazing. I'm always like, oh, one day when I'm big. So you need to check them out. You can find them on the group as well.
There's another question here from Charmaine. Do you have a YouTube channel with help videos and tutorials? So Cricut Official, yes. There's a ton of videos on there. We always refer our members there. There's lots of inspiration on there, training guides, product guides. You can find absolutely anything and everything you want to know about Cricut on our official YouTube channel. We don't have anything yet in South Africa. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. I'm trying to get into that, but I keep saying I'm old.
Never
So, but you know what, guys? There are hundreds. Just go Cricut on YouTube. You'll be amazed by the tutorials you'll find, the unboxings. It's a bottomless pit of information. So you're not going to be left out in the dark there.
Okay, there's lots of mails coming in here now. So here's another one. Okay, I see your woman's answering that one. So
guys, while Martin's looking, I have to show you. So this is the final product. And that is obviously when I put fake hair and makeup on. But yes, so that was the layout that I did. And as you can see, all I did was stick things together and it was done on the maker. And a little bit of the joy, because I put the Fearless over there, which was a rub on like the iron on. And I'm saying iron on. So I just put that onto the ribbon.
Beautiful. Love that, Natasha. I would never be able to make something.
Yes,
like
you
that,
will.
But that's amazing.
He does it all the time. Check his page out.
Probably do. Here's another question. So where can we buy basswood sheets to cut in the Cricut Maker? So Cricut will be officially bringing in our own basswood soon. I say soon, but it will take about 2 months to get here. We do have our own version of it. I do believe that P&A, which is one of our partners that we will be launching soon with as well, do sell them as well. Just some other notes, some big retailers that we're busy onboarding. We've got Take a Lot on boards. We got P&A coming, and Incredible Connection also launching soon. And there's a lot of crafting companies that we work very closely with. Doodles, Kelly Rush. We also work very closely with Snippy Sisters as an example. There's so many, I don't want to mention them really, but there's lots of different companies that we work with. Jump onto our Facebook group and we'll be publishing everything on there.
You can also find the link to all the Cricut suppliers in my bio. So there is a link for all Cricut suppliers that's permanently there. So just hit the link and you'll find all of them there.
I think it's time to, we just got the note for time actually. So it's actually sad that we're going to be ending this little show that we're doing today, which I was terribly nervous for before, but in any case, it's actually fun. It's actually time for the real fun, and for all of you guys, it's to do the competition, right?
Yes, Martin, I was like, Martin, you can be nervous, just don't sweat.
I was turning super red. I felt the red coming in the beginning. I stumbled over my words, but eventually we came
Very good.
right.
Yes.
So the question, you want me to ask the question?
Yes, go for it. Go for it.
If I remember the question correctly. So, all right, guys, fastest fingers first, and make sure you go post the answer on the Q&A. You don't put it in the chat box. Make sure you click on the Q&A box and you put the answer in there. So the very first name that comes up with the correct answer will win a Cricut Joy.
It's like,
okay, are we ready? So
ready.
The question is, Natasha cut something else on the Cricut Joy. What was the 2 words?
I showed it to you guys a few times.
There we go. We've got a winner.
Wow.
So the winner is Antoinette Davis because she put down both words.
Yes.
Am I correct, right? Antoinette Davis, you are the winner. How do we get her details?
Drop us a DM. They'll contact you as well. Congratulations. I hope you're ready to get crafting. That is so exciting.
Super exciting. We want to see your unboxing video, by the way.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time to close this off. Natasha, thank you very much. You are truly inspiring. I mean, I can only say thank you. We love having you as an ambassador. You're super, super authentic. And Cricut is excited to have you on this journey. We're on a journey where our mission is to help people lead creative lives. And I can't think of a better person to take onto this journey. I also want to thank Paul Kruger from Pretful. He's the owner of Pretful, this beautiful solution setup that we have got today, as well as our cameraman. So thank you very much for that. I want to thank Yuwilna. She's been working very hard behind the scenes as our lead ambassador, but also setting everything up. HobbyX, it's an amazing partnership. We love that we just started this partnership with you guys. And I am pretty sure that this is going to be the start of something big with us as a partner. So thank you very much, HobbyX. You guys rock, and you've made this all possible for us. And then last but not least, before I hand over to Natasha to close on her end, is I want to thank our members out there. You guys have not just joined today, you guys have shown up every single day. You guys literally inspire me every single day. I love watching your crafts. I love seeing your inspiration. The things that you do are amazing. You are the heart and the soul of our foundation and organization. So please keep it up. I love all of our members, all of our ambassadors. Love working with all of you. So thank you. Natasha?
Oh, Martin, thank you. And I'm like overwhelmed. I'm getting all emotional. Like, thank you so much, firstly, for the opportunity. Like, I'm so excited and glad and grateful that I am a Cricut ambassador. Guys, it's been amazing to spend the morning with you guys. This is like dreams coming true. So thank you so much for your time. Like, our time is important. So thank you for being here and for joining in today. And we'll see you at HobbyX in November.
We will see them at HobbyX, and we will see them. So stay tuned. We have more of these webinars happening in the next week. So one every single week. Stay tuned as we will review our next exciting guests. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Hey.